If you're wondering what you could be doing in your garden this February, this is the video for you. My name is Julie Tillman, and I'm a Master Gardener of the Big Country Master Garden Association. Welcome to our series of what to do in your garden for next month. February might look quiet and boring in the garden right now, but trust me, this is one of the most important months to get ahead for our beautiful spring gardens. Today, I'm going to walk you through what to plant indoors, what to plant outdoors, in ground, or in raised beds, and what you can be harvesting for this month. February is prime time for starting seeds indoors, especially slower growing crops. Start these seeds in trays or pots on a sunny windowsill, in a greenhouse, or under grow lights. This year I'm experimenting with the snail seed method. What that is, I took a piece of plastic, put some brown paper down, some dirt, and some seeds, and sprayed it with water, and then rolled it up into a big roll like this, and fastened it, and of course label it. And I'm going to leave it here in the greenhouse for its germination period, and they will sprout out the top, and then I can put them in pots or harden them off and put them in the garden when it's time past frost. So that's one way to seed inside. We also have little containers that you can plant your seeds, or seed trays. You can use warming mats to keep it warm, but they're just going to need warmth and sun for them to sprout. And you can also use milk cartons or the strawberry, lettuce, oyster containers. Those work great as well, as long as you punch holes and get them in the sunlight. These were the winter sowing containers that I have, and they're left outside. I've got a bunch of them outside, different seeds. These were hollyhocks and some cosmos that I brought in right before our freeze that we had. So these are some different ways to do some seedings in the winter time in February that you can transplant out into the garden when it gets after frost. Seeds that you can start indoors in February could be your tomato seeds from mid to late February, hot and sweet peppers, eggplants, leeks, celery, herbs, flowers for pollinators such as marigolds and zinnias. To direct sow cool season crops outside in the ground or raised beds, make sure that the ground is not frozen and it's draining well. We can grow carrots, onion sets, beets, radishes, turnips, peas, spinach, lettuce, arugula, Swiss chard, kale, and collards. Just make sure that your soil is ready to plant for your seed potatoes mid to late month so that they'll be ready for a late spring harvest. You'll also want to keep frost cloths or blankets or cloches handy to protect from the frost and freeze if we have more this year. You may be wondering what we could be harvesting in February, and that all depends on what you planted earlier and if it survived the extreme hard freeze. We got down to 4 degrees, which is very hard on the plants, and if they survived, which I doubt if they did, but if they did survive, you might be picking some kale or Brussels sprouts, parsnips, carrots, spinach, winter cabbage, chard. Parsnips and kale actually taste sweeter after a frost. February is a great time to get a soil sample analysis if you haven't had one in 3 years. This will give you the time to amend the soil if needed before the spring planting. So what other tasks can we be doing in February? We can clean out our flower beds and add 2 or 3 inches of compost and mix it in. We can mulch our walkways, sharpen our tools, check our fences for critter holes, and check our irrigation systems for any leaks or malfunctions. So if you like to compost for your garden, we call this brown gold, and the plants in the garden will just love it. So just keep adding all your grass clippings and leaves, coffee, cardboard, paper. I've got some ashes. I don't add too many of them, but I do add some ashes, and all my vegetable and fruit clippings or leftovers, clippings from the yard, and we'll just let that process and keep it wet and turn it, and it'll be ready for our garden. So February is actually an exciting time after all. We are preparing for our beautiful spring garden. A little effort now means huge payoff in the spring and the summer. If you have found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted when the new video comes out. We will be putting out a new video each month on what to do in your garden next month. Thank you for watching and happy gardening.